On the come up, better sit low. The product base, better drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. Alexo, crypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. Alexo, crypto. Alexo, crypto. Alexo, crypto. Alexo, crypto. What you know about juice? Making the moves. That a flow casual, breaking the news. Revenue proof. A building portfolio's taking well over exceptional pain. I'm trapping this game. So participation ain't a hard knock. I put in the work so you got knowledge. You ain't drawing with luck when you following us. The result is a pen full of fat pockets. Bada bang, that's an outer game with an auto flame. With a lot of hate. Get above the lane. Ain't about the trade. Have another trade. Get another play. They playing God so pretentious. Grapes in these waters forbidden. Well indeed, that's a felony. Don't look at me for the TRB. Have you heard of TRB? I don't know. On the come up, better sit low. The product base, better drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. Alexo, crypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. Alexo, crypto. On the come up, better sit low. The product base, better drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. Alexo, crypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. Alexo, crypto. Alexo, crypto. Alexo, crypto. Alexo, crypto. Alexo, crypto.
Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on, guys? Good to see you. Alexo Crypto here. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to the Otter Gang. How we all doing? Busy day today. Sorry I wasn't able to do the live trading this morning. However, we have pushed back down. We are doing a little bit of a retest right now. This is going to be a much quicker stream. Super busy today. So just wanted to make sure that we got on here, got live, and made sure that we answered any of your questions, any of your altcoins and all those things. So I got a little bit of a list already. If you guys want to throw in those altcoins, Chris Klein has thrown in about 5 already. So maybe we can filter through some of his, but definitely going to make sure that we get to all your altcoins quickly and surely. Let's jump into the dad joke right away because, you know, doesn't matter how busy you are, you're always going to be a dad. So number 39, my friends. Number 39. What do we got? Which is, oh, I'm getting a little bit of feedback here. Getting a little bit of feedback here. Sorry about that. All fixed up there. Okay, which is the hardest diet to lose weight on? The seafood diet. You see food and eat it. You seafood. I like it. That's pretty good. What's going on? Why FOMO sapien? Good to see you guys all here hanging out. Much love to all of you guys. I got a little bit of a list here. Injectives on that list. So we're going to take a look at this list. I just posted the list down below, and then we're going to go through Bitcoin and what has happened and what really led to this move down. Okay, so one thing that you need to always be sure that you're checking with Market Cipher and any sort of oscillator, right? Key level of resistance pushing up overnight, and we gave a Solana long from here, and I took a Bitcoin long last night from here as well and got out here. Okay, and we gave the Solana long right here yesterday as well in the Discord. So there was a nice little Solana long as well. Solana long, Solana long. Oh yeah. So that was pretty awesome. Now we so when we're looking at this, what do we got? We got a triple top at key level of resistance, right? So the key to this idea here is we get this blow off top. Okay, so this high here is going to be crucial because it is a divergence. Okay, you do get a hidden divergence here where you get a lower high here and a higher high here, right? So pushing into here, big exhaustion wicks and clearly like a loss of support and then a push down. Okay, so Bitcoin has since done that. Now we are retesting previous lows right now, so we could be possibly looking for a continuation trade to the downside. Okay, we want to wait for confirmation within this area because we could flip this back to support and start to work back up. So we're waiting for confirmation for a possible opportunity to go short here and look for that continuation downside. Okay, so this is the idea on Bitcoin right now. I'm out of a trade. I'm not looking to trade this right now. I want to see the dust kind of settle. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're a prepared trader because a prepared trader is a profitable trader. So what do we got here for Bitcoin? We have a multitude of levels here coming in. And if we are going to bounce, I do see us coming down to about 62,000. Now, why would that be? Okay, so if we go from the swing low down here, oh, my magnet tool is misbehaving. If we go from the swing low down below here on this candle, and then we go up to the high here, we can see that comes in right around our 382 bounce area, right? Right around 61,900. We also have a very key area right around 61,900 as well, matched up with a whole bunch of support and resistance. So if we're going to come down a little bit further, my target is 62,000. Now you guys can see in the chat, we asked you guys, where do you think price will come down to? And 35% of you are saying 62,000. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's good to see that you guys are on board with that as well. Okay, so that's kind of my area right now. I'm currently looking for a rejection of where we're currently trading at the moment and looking to come back down to this general buy area. Okay, you can see the darker box here is another level, which is a dynamic reactor, I believe on our 12-hour. I'm not 100% sure. Is it 12-hour or is it the daily? 12-hour. I think it's on the daily. Yeah. So the daily dynamic reactor, which is typically a very strong level of support, especially when you push up and into it, okay? When you blast through it, you typically come back and revisit it. It also called the bottom perfectly when we said 56,650. We were spot on with that call, and that was partly due to the dynamic reactor as well. So we're looking for this thing to possibly hedge and be a level of support as we come down into this area of 62,000. Now, a little bit of bearishness today, but we want to be prepared, right? So for me, looking at this, what kind of gave us this idea? You know, the VWAP getting overextended here, pushing to the downside, okay? The 3-day pushing back up with this momentum wave, but still has a lot of room to the upside. So I wouldn't say the long-term time frames like the 3-day, the 4-day, the 5-day, the weekly look bearish. We are actually looking to cross over here on our weekly for a green dot push up to the upside. So this is very bullish in my opinion, where we have head and shoulders, trigger wave here, and then continuation upwards on the weekly. So the long-term time frames still look bullish. Okay, this is just a repeat of this. This one looks exactly the same as this one. Okay, so we're looking for this trigger wave to play to the upside. Okay, long-term still bullish. As we continue to march onwards and upwards. We can also see we have a very key level of support coming in right around 62,800. But if we are going to do anything like in the past, I am looking for a wick, right? I'm looking for this thing to possibly come into this area and maybe close above on like a daily time frame for continuation onwards and upwards, creating some sort of flag to the downside here where we're looking for that spring out and continuation out. Okay, so that's something that we want to be aware of to the downside. Going into their 12-hour, what can we see? Now, this was kind of the leading indicator on this push down. We were coming up here. We bearish diverted on shorter-term time frames, and we had a confirmation yesterday of our red dot, okay? Money is still coming out, and we can see this nice money coming back into the market. However, moving up this aggressively, we're typically looking for a continuation, but we want to see a retrace before that on higher term time frames. Now going into our 4 hour, what can we see? Okay, the 4 hour is where we get the kind of head and shoulders, momentum to the upside, beautiful money flow, but nonetheless, we do have that divergence. Okay, so the divergence has brought us down, and now we are waiting in anticipation for a trigger wave to the upside, which would give us that beautiful move that we would so look for, right? Whenever we are oscillating, not necessarily in this sideways trend that we had, but when we were oscillating to the upside, let's go back over here and take a look of when we were oscillating in an uptrend. Anytime that you really dipped below the lows here, if we put on vertical lines in an uptrend, you can see that these were all massive buying opportunities, which led to continuation to the upside. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind as we start to work towards a strong uptrend, which clearly we are in, right? So we want to see that continuation and that push to the upside. If we do come down, the lowest I think we do go is this value area, low area, which was previous support. I'm treating this as like the Freudian iceberg underneath the water, right? This was our very lucrative buy level for a lot of things, and it's the iceberg. It's the underwater iceberg, right? So we're looking for that continuation to the upside here. So overall, looking still bullish, but a cool off is going to be what's expected in the next couple of days. Okay, whether we come down any further is up to price action, but we are looking for a little bit of a rejection from where we're trading from right now, coming back down to this liquidity at 62.5. If I'm going to extend this out, there's liquidity within this area here as well. So that's kind of my target for Bitcoin as we seem to roll over. Now, this is clearly going to affect alts and everything like that, so we need to be aware of that as well. So now let's jump in to our altcoins. We're flying through this today. I wanted to shout out you guys and shout out the Otter Gang. Thank you guys so much for being here, supporting the chat. We got Mr. Whale, Sniper's Nightmare, Curtis Neal, FOMO Sapien, French Toaster, Alexandra GGG, Mark Dutch in the house. What's going on? Chris Klein, YY, TRD Farmer, much love, Luke Zaldana. Man, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys for always being here, supporting the channel. CyberGoat, hello, Alex. A pleasure to see you. We will go to 62.5 for sure. Good to see you guys. Hope you are all doing well. Much love to you guys. Let's jump into those altcoins. So first and foremost, we got Rose. So going over to Rose, let's see what's going on with the Rose. I did make a post about Rose the other day on how, on a perspective thing, why do roses have thorns? But if you're thinking about it in a positive way, why do thorns have roses? Which is pretty cool, right? So pretty cool stuff. Always about perspective. So you can see Rose here cooling off a little bit on our 1 hour. Definitely in this like little downtrend here. Bull flag pushing onwards and upwards. You can definitely see that there is some liquidity / an order block down below here. So I'd be actually targeting this area for a bounce initially. And if we are going to lose that key level here of that massive push up, right, we're going to pull volume across on Rose. Take a look here, right? And we can see that literally the big support for Rose is down here at 8 cents. Okay, so if you do roll over from here, you're retesting the value area high. If you fall back in, you're looking to come back to the range highs here, which would be about 8 cents. And then looking above, right, looking above on Rose, you can see a very parabolic move here on Rose. Wow, and did we call this short on that? No way. No way. Look at that, guys, man. Old TA. Look at the old TA here, and look at that short. We called a short, perfect stop loss. My God, that is a work of absolute art. If you took this short on Rose when we called it, I mean, guys, that is a 40% short. Now, this is why you got to pay attention to the TA, because sometimes you get a gem like this. If you would have got short here, my God, what a top call, unintentional top call. It's always good to see something like that. So here you can see you got a big order block above you. We haven't gotten to that, so that's typically your target for price action to get to all the way up here. And looking at our 4-hour, we can see, yeah, we're cooling off here. So we're looking for this sort of continuation on market cipher here. So a little lower, right? And hopefully popping onwards to the upside. Let's go over to Ronin. Take a look there. Ronin, okay, on Binance here. Wow, look at that. So this is something that I would add an EMA to. And I would look for this, because we're cooling off right now, to get somewhere in between the 21 and the 55 on the 4-hour here, right? You can see where liquidity resides. So that's going to be your key area for a bounce, okay? But as we continue to push, we want to be sure that we're using good risk management on the way up here, okay? Because this thing could roll over, but nonetheless, the trend is your friend, okay? So even on the 1 hour here, you can see we're getting a little bit overextended, but if we do break structure to the downside, we could definitely be looking for lower prices. That means the loss of these lows, a retest and a continuation down, right? Maybe settling at this key block of liquidity right down in here, which is coming in right at $2.10. Okay, $2.12, $2.10 right down here. So that's the target I would have, as it looks as though Ronin is rolling over. Okay, let's go over and take a look at Injective. So Injective, I mean, we've crushed Injective as a community. It's been absolutely parabolic ever since we came down to that $19 range where we were buying as a community. You guys know I bought here, and I believe I bought over here. So, you know, average entry over here somewhere. So this has been performing quite well for us as a community, and we have definitely taken advantage of the price action. Now, beautiful retest of the downwards trend line on Injective. Can it continue upwards, right? So always be checking the big, large trend lines here. And as you can see, this huge trend line all the way since March has now been broken and retested. Can this lead to a breakout continuation of this trend line? Most likely. So let's hope we still get that continuation. 24.76 is going to be that key level. And then we need to get above 26.50. Now, if we're going to mark out some key levels above us, let's do that quickly together. And maybe, do I have them already on Injective? Group 1. Oh, look at that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to mark out all these levels again. And then I'm going to delete the group, and then I'm going to add them to our current charts, okay? There we go. That cleans it up. So coming up here, our next level to get above is clearly this 26.50, but the top of this range really is $28, okay? So hopefully we can get up there, and then we can start to challenge that big level of resistance, which is going to be at that $31, $32. Okay, you can see that was the major resistance. Okay, so right now, looking strong as ever. Injective has been absolutely ripping and dominating this pump. So we're looking for it to hold here and push up into that key level right around $28.40. Okay, H-bar. Let's go over and check out those H-barbarians. You guys are incredible, and hopefully we can see H-bar go to all new prices as well. But H-bar, in my opinion, is coming back, key level here, right? Marked out from before. Look at that, perfect touch. Okay, so in an area where we are looking for a bounce, it has lost support, so that's something you need to be aware of. Okay, the momentum to the upside is down. We are currently retesting this order block within here. So right now, I'm waiting for a reversal at this area, and then a pop out of this area. Okay, so we've come down to key levels, right? And we know that our target is to get back up within this range here that we were trading at before, which is 7.5 cents, okay? The key area for us to break is around 8 cents. So let's see if H-bar can bounce from this level. Otherwise, I'd be looking for it to come back down very simply to the highs of this range. So I go from the low here to the high here. Let me adjust the bottom one. And you can see we are currently at that key level here, bouncing off of there. So if we do come any lower, the highs of the range at the 786 would be like my final stand, you know, the Sparta wall. So hopefully we bounce from here. If not, we look to bounce from this box here, and hopefully we can continue to the upside, breaking through that 8 cents area. Okay, let's go over and take a look at SHX. And guys, please put in any altcoins. I'm blasting through them today, doing a little fast stream for you guys, trying to get you guys as much information as possible before I head out. This is going to be a quick one today. So if you really want me to look at some things, please don't hesitate. Throw them in the chat, and I will get to them as I'm running through all these altcoins quite swiftly. Okay. So looking at SHX, this doesn't look too good. This isn't something I would trade. This is something that you would look to dollar cost average. So seeing it at these lows here, this is kind of like, if it holds here, great. If not, we're going down. The suggestion is that this is going down, right? So right now, this is maybe a spot buy if you do believe that we are going to pump from here. But I'd be very cautious with anything like this, especially if you are trading. Okay, let's go over to Render, which is one of my favorites, which I hold quite a bit of. And I gave a Render trade setup actually today. Okay, so that trade setup is still valid. Okay, we did come a little bit lower than anticipated, but I had given a Render bounce trade setup right now as we're looking at it. So Render, I'm looking for it to continue pushing out of this downtrend, retesting the lows here, and continuing back up to that key level around $7.85. Hopefully this can continue to push. It does look like there is some strength. The only thing that is concerning is the equal highs here. We would have really liked to see a higher high and then come back down. So let's see if we do push out of this area here and look for that continuation out of these lows. Overall though, money flows come back into the market, looking strong here for a continuation for Render and a push out. Okay, that's something I'd be looking for. But yeah, Render's at some pretty nasty lows right now, but it does seem as though it's finding some support, like a lot of these altcoins, and trying to push out. Okay, the key level for Render to get back up into is that, you know, that $7.80. But as long as it's oscillating above $7.20, I'll be okay with that too, right? So we want to see it get back up within this range up here, right? So depending on what you're planning to do with take profits, this is definitely a trade that I'm looking for, considering we're getting a little bit of a cool off today. Okay, let's go over and take a look at what do we got? We got ALT, we got CAS, and we got FTM. I'm not sure what index is, and I guess we'll try index. Okay. And that's going to be it for today. So let's go over and take a look at ALT. Crazy ass day, says Nick. What's going on, bro, man? Yeah, same for me, man. Just trying to fly through these today. So looking at ALT, very suppressed, looking pretty ugly. Nonetheless, let's go into it. Making a higher high here. Okay, so this looks like continuation, and it looks to be as though it's working its way back up. Yes, key level of resistance going to be up here. As you can see, it found some support here. We're looking for a continuation of this uptrend. If we're going to come back and revisit, it's going to be these highs here, looking for a continuation to the upside. Yep. Okay, so we can see money came back in. Money is coming out right now and looking a little bit weak, but nonetheless, you are still making higher highs and higher lows, taking out key levels of resistance up to here. So you can see a little bit of a blow off top here, pushing back down. I would expect some revisit of the tops of this range here, and then a continuation onwards and outwards, looking for this thing to reclaim all the way up to 17.3 cents. Okay, that's what I'd be looking for on ALT. Let's go over and take a look at CAS. CASPA. A lot of people bullish on CASPA. I try to stay away from getting too hyped up on CASPA, because I know so many people are just trying to pump their bags on CASPA that they make everybody makes a CASPA video, and then it's like, look at me, CASPA, we're all going to go to the moon together, CASPA to $2 or whatever the hell it is. But yeah, CASPA has proven itself to continue to push up while others haven't. So this is a nice look for CASPA in a nice, beautiful pennant looking to break out. So right now, Caspa coming down to very critical lows as we have marked out here. Let's see if we can push. I would be looking more for a breakout trade and continuation. Once Caspa breaks out, it really does rip. As you can see here, you broke out, you ripped, right? And if you go and zoom out on any of these downwards trends, all it has done is made a downwards trend, broke out, downwards trend, broke out, downwards trend, break out. Okay, so a lot of that similarities throughout the Caspa chart, downwards trend, breakout, downwards trend, breakout, same, right? So looking for continuation, really struggling to get above that 20-cent area. So that's going to be your major resistance as you continue to push, okay? So Caspa looking strong at a key bounce level. Let's see if it is able to continue to fire off to the upside in the near term, getting up to that 22-cent extension level that we have, okay? So that would be my idea for Caspa. Let's get over to FTM. FTM here. Flying through it today, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here, smashing those like buttons, getting you guys all the altcoins before we head out here. Trying to make this a quick and snazzy stream for you guys, and hopefully we can deliver on some alpha for you guys. So beautiful uptrend here has now been broken. So what do we look for? We look for a retest of previous highs coming into volume areas. Because this volume is flat, I'm not necessarily looking for any spikes. Now I'm going to go to fibs and support and resistance, which is going to be around this area. So we're at a key area here. If we are to lose that area, let's pull the fib of the entire range, going from the low to the high, and I'd be looking to come back within this area here for a full retracement and a bounce. Okay, so you got two areas here on Phantom. You're currently at the one that I would look for, and then if you do come back down, it's 43 cents to 41 cents. Going over to Index. I'm not sure if that was a token, but we're not looking at Index anymore because it's not showing up. So let's go to ABT. Last but not least, ABT. Going on the daily, I've never charted this, so looking at this, yeah, coming back, retesting this range here. So let's pull volume across. Let's have a look. And you can see you're finding that big support levels here, right? You have previous highs right here, which found support. And then you have resistance here, support here. Okay, so isolating price is how I would do it. Going back over to our 4-hour, yeah, cooling off just like everything else. So I see a nice little trend line here. 1 second. And looking for this to hold. Okay, so you're in the middle of the range, coming down, maybe the value area low, mixed with some divergences, popping onwards and upwards. So I'd be looking at this general area for a bounce and continuation. It's very dependent on what Bitcoin does. So as we said here, we're looking for a little bit of a rejection from this box right now. Bitcoin is trying to hold, I don't know if I want to say hold the golden pocket, because it is at the golden pocket, but nonetheless, we bearish diverged at the top of this range here at 66,100. We're at the golden pocket 786 area, so this could be a full retrace after coming down and just touching the 618. Okay, very possible, but nonetheless, I'm waiting for the dust to settle in order to make a decision whether to go short or long. In the short-term time frames right now, I'd be patient, right? I'd be patient. As you can see, we've come up here, retested this area of interest, which is a retest of the previous lows. That has now flipped to resistance. So if we do get continuation here, coming down to 62,500-ish area is where my target is. And hopefully we can get there. Going back to Myro, I think we forgot about Myro. Much love, Mr. Whale. I didn't forget. I see your message. I didn't forget about you, my man. So Myro, we did some TA on as well. Coming up to that key level resistance that we had marked out. Okay, so that's good sign. And our bounce level remains the same. So we got previous support. We have resistance. We have pushed through that resistance. Now we're coming back down to retest this beautiful push up, which is probably a 382 bounce level after an aggressive push. Yes, it is. So 382, bouncing off that right now. Flagging out, so you want to try to wait for a possible retest and continuation out of this area. You haven't made I mean, I guess you have made a higher high than here, but you haven't gotten to the top of the range. We know the top of the range is here, and we're looking for this to hold as support. So waiting for a little trickle down before a continuation, creating some sort of flag would be ideal in my opinion. Okay, so looking for that to come down to that 13-cent area and continuing onwards and upwards. Look at that. We've flown through it today. Guys, I'm going to share all my levels in the Discord. If you're new here, if you're just coming through, normally we go for like an hour and 20 minutes, but today I'm in a bit of a rush. Got to get moving. So here are all the levels. If you want to screenshot it, whatever, it's all good. We're here to help. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Look at that. We fly in today. Maybe go over and throw some otters in the chat. Let's go Otterly Invade. I think CryptoFace is on Trading Wars as we speak. So why don't we go over there and bug those guys? I'm going to share the link down below, and let's just absolutely nuke them with otters, okay? Let's go over and nuke them. I'm sending the link right now in the chat. Let's go over there and absolutely nuke them with otters in the chat. And not let them know what hit them. Guys, thank you so much. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Just showing up to show up for you guys as we always do. Let's go over there and utterly, fantastically smash the crap out of their chat. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the Discord. Much love. Enjoy the new outro.
On the come up, better sit low. The product base, but it drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. Alex O, crypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. Alex O, crypto. Alex O, crypto. Alex O, crypto. Alex O, crypto. What you know about juice? Making them moves. Data flow casual, breaking the news. Revenue proof. A building portfolios taking well over exceptional pain. I'm chopping this game. So participation ain't a hard knock. I put in the work so you got knowledge. You ain't drawing with luck when you following us. The result is a pan full of fat pockets. Bada bang, that's an otter game with an auto flame. With a lot of hate. Get about the lane, ain't about the trade. Have another trader, get another play. They playing God so pretentious. Drapes in these waters forbidden. Well indeed, that's a felony. Don't look at me for the TRB. On the come up, better sit low. The product base, but it drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. Alex O, crypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. Alex O, crypto. On the come up, better sit low. The product base, but it drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. Alex O, crypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. Alex O, crypto. 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 On the come up, better sit low. The product base, but it drip though. Pocket fat when the chips low. Alex O, crypto, fit the party like a disco. Fan base like my wallet, yo. Stay true to the digital. Alex O, crypto. Alex O, crypto.